I'm Antony, physiotherapist, nutritionist, and functional medicine practitioner. Here at NxHLife, we translate science into empowerment so you can rise as pain warrior and take back control. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever had an injury? The tissue healed, the scan looks normal, but the pain never really left? If that's you, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not crazy, you're not weak, and your pain is not imaginary. But the explanation might be very different from what most people have told you. Because modern pain science has discovered something really important. Pain is not simply a measure of damage. Pain is your body's protection system. And sometimes that protection system can stay switched on for longer after the original injury has healed. So today, I want to show you why that happens. And more importantly, why it means you're not broken. Now, if you've ever had a scan comes back normal, or been told you have non-specific back pain, but your body still hurts, then you're exactly the right kind of person I made this video for today. Because what hurts most in that situation is not always the body, it's the confusion. You did the scan, you wait for the report, you hope for an answer, and then you get a phrase like, nothing significantly found. Age-related changes, non-specific. Now you're stuck between two frustrating narratives. Either something is wrong, or it's somehow all in your head. And neither of those explanations feels right. So let's take a step back, because this is where the traditional model of pain starts to break down. For many years, pain was explained very simply. The idea was this: if tissue is damaged, pain signals travel up the nerves. The brain receives the signal and you feel pain. Simple, cause and effect. Damage equals pain. But when researchers started studying chronic pain more closely, they discovered something strange. Many people with severe pain had very little tissue damages, and many people with significant structural changes had no pain at all. This doesn't make sense under the old model. So scientists start to ask a different question. What if pain isn't just about damage? What if pain is actually about danger detection? Think of your nervous system like a home security system. Its job is not to measure damage. Its job is to detect potential dangers and protect you. When the alarm senses threat, it activates. The siren goes off, lights flashes, your attention instantly shifts towards it. Pain works in a very similar way. Pain is your body's alarm system. It's designed to protect you. But like an alarm system, sometimes it can become too sensitive. And when that happens, it can go off even when there's no real danger anymore. Let me give you a real life example. When I was studying at university, I was living in an apartment with my mom. One evening, we were both in the study room, just doing our work. Everything felt normal, quiet evening. Nothing unusual. But when we walked out into the living room, we noticed something strange. The window was slightly open. At first, we thought maybe we had forgotten to close it. But then, when we checked our bags, and we realized my mom's wallet has been stolen. Someone had actually come into our apartment on the second floor while we were inside studying. Nothing violent happened, but something changed in us after that. For a long time afterward, both my mom and I became much more alert to every small noises. If we had heard a creak, if someone walked past outside, if the window rattled slightly, our attention immediately jumped. Not because something bad was happening again, but because our brain had learned this place might not be safe. And something similar can happen inside the body after an injury. The injury heals, but the protection system that learned the danger can stay switched on. Your nervous system remembers, not because your body is broken, but because it's trying to protect you. And here's something even more interesting. Pain is not simply about physical damage. It's about how the brain interprets danger in a particular moment. For example, a small paper cut at home can feel surprisingly painful, but soldiers in battle have sometimes continued moving with serious injury and felt very little pain at the time. The difference isn't the damage, it's the context. It's the brain's interpretation of threat and safety. That's why modern pain science often describes pain like this. Pain is not a damage meter, it's a danger detection system. And once you understand that, many chronic pain experience suddenly starts to make more sense. But here's an important question. If pain can be influenced by the nervous system, how do we actually understand what's driving someone's pain? Because chronic pain is rarely caused by just one factor. And this is where we use something at NxHLife we call the 3 lenses of pain: movement, protection, and biology. These lenses helps us organize something that is actually very complex because the human body is incredibly sophisticated. But when we break the system down into these 3 perspectives, it becomes much easier to understand what might be happening. The movement lens looks at how your body moves, things like joint mechanics, muscle coordination, and how your nervous system controls movement. Sometimes pain can persist because certain movements became associated with danger after an injury, so the body begins guarding those movements. The protection lens looks at the nervous system safety system, things like stress, fear, past experience, beliefs about pain, and how safe the body feels. Your brain is constantly asking one question: am I safe right now? If the answer is uncertain, the protection system can stay activated. And the biology lens look at the internal environment of the body, things like inflammation, hormones, energy production, the immune system, and even things like sleep, nutrition, and gut health. These biological systems can influence how sensitive your pain system becomes. When we only look through one lens, we miss the big picture. But when we start looking through all 3, we begin to see patterns. Patterns that helps us understand why pain might persist and what we can actually do about it. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, so does that mean my pain is all psychological? Absolutely not. Pain is always real. Your nervous system does not produce fake signals, but it does produce protective signals. And protection can sometimes continue even when the original injury has healed. In other words, your body may simply be overprotecting you. And once you understand that, something very powerful happens. Because the same nervous system that learned pain can also learn safety again. And that's what the Pain Warrior's journey is really about. Learning to understand your body and its signals. Learning what might be driving your pain, not this, and gradually helping your system rediscover safety and confidence again. Not through fear, not through forcing your body, but through understanding. Because once you have a map, everything changes. If this video helped you understand your pain a little differently, I've created a free guide for you. It's called The 7 Unspoken Truths About Chronic Pain. Inside that guide, I explain some of the most misunderstood ideas about pain and recovery that many people never hear about in the medical system. You will find the link below this video. And if you want to go deeper into this journey, you can also join a growing community of pain warriors. People who are learning to understand their body, share their experience, and support each other on the path to healing. Because no one should have to face chronic pain alone. And remember this, you are not broken. Your body is protective. And with the right understanding, that protection system can change. The body is telling you something. All right, let's turn pain into peace, one step at a time. See you next time.